Frisky Tipsy Libertines with Scott and Janet.
So, what would you say is the best part of being in a poly relationship?
The best part now is I've just come to be like completely just different in the way I think. So like I like the emotional part. I think that everyone should be more loving, and you should have relationships, whether they're sexual or non-sexual, with people that you care about. And I find it weird that people draw the line at sex. Like, if I was to go out with a friend of mine who was a girl and just go to the movies and like go out to dinner and have a great time, and I actually loved them as a friend and spent tons of time with them, a lot of people are just like, that's cool. But if you add sex in, then it becomes something completely different. But for me, sex is not anything different than two or more consenting adults.
So can you like pull emotion away from sex?
I can, which I
cannot.
know is difficult for people.
I cannot.
I can, but to me, sex is like something you do because it's fun. So it's like, I'm here shooting this podcast with you guys because it's fun and I want to, and we all three want to do this. So like, why is sex different? Why is it different if two friends go to the movies or if two friends go have sex?
So, have you had poly relationships with people that are non-sexual?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I would say probably, even though I didn't view them that way at the time. But I also consider myself, I guess, like a role player, not like a traditional sex role player like most people are probably thinking. But
I was actually just picturing you with like a 20-sided die in a cave.
I was thinking you like a doctor's uniform.
Yes.
I'm here.
I'm in a
Let's check your
doctor's, yes.
temperature.
I'm here to take your temperature. I will roll for initiative. No, just like I completely like flip my mindset. Instead of me being like, oh, I need to be the best, I need to be, someone's number one, to I'm fine with just playing a part in people's lives. So a good example of that is I had a friend who one night drunkenly kind of like started sexting me. We had never talked about sex or anything like that ever, and sending me like some nudes, and I was just like, hey, like it was just weird. So I was just like, I kind of played along a little bit, and then eventually it stopped. And like the next day I messaged her, and I'm like, you okay? Like, she's like, yeah, you just didn't seem into it. And I'm like, no, I am, but like you were clearly drunk. Like, is this something you wanted to do?
I've gotten a couple of those.
And she was just like, yes, but she's just like, I'm just in a weird spot in my life, and sometimes I come home and I want to do or say these things, but I don't have anyone, and it's hard to find someone who doesn't want more than that. So for her, I literally was like the late night sex dude. Like, she would come home drunk from a bar, and not go out with anyone or end up not hooking up or whatever her plan was, and she would just text me like, hey, you got a few minutes? I'm like, sure. And like, she would send me some nudes, I'd send her some back. Like, we would say whatever we'd say. She'd get herself off. Maybe I did or not, and then it would end. And if we ever saw each other in public, we never talked about it. I just knew that like my part was she felt safe having me be that role in her life.
I am not shocked at all that you'd send nudes to somebody.
I mean,
Not in the slightest. I mean, I've seen your Christmas cards, your Valentine's Day cards.
How many nudes have you sent, Scott?
Only a couple.
Only a couple.
only a couple.
Yeah.
I probably have at least 30 on my phone right now.
Yeah, I've probably got a few on my phone.
I haven't sent nudes in a while.
I probably send nudes like on a weekly basis to someone. Always because they ask, not because I just send them. But
You just type in a random number.
yeah,
Here's
it's
my dick pic.
so yeah, my current partner, Carol, and I joke around because it'll just kind of happen in waves. Like, I had this random person message me, like friended me on Facebook, and is like, "Hey, thanks for adding me." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." Like, do we know each other? We have a billion mutual friends, but I don't recognize you. And they're just like,
Well,
"Nope."
you have like 500 friends,
Right,
500,000 friends on
Right.
Facebook anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just like, well, we got at least 50, so you must be okay. And they're just like, well, it's my birthday. I was like, well, happy birthday. Are you like, you doing anything exciting? And they're just like, nope, but you can change that.
Just sitting at home waiting for your dick pic.
And I was just
Wow.
like, okay, like what can I do to help you for your birthday? And it's funny because it's maybe I'm just kind of weird. Like if anyone asks to see my dick, I'm just like, sure. Like, yeah, okay. So
You're just thrilled that they want to see it.
right, yeah, I'm just like, you want to see me naked? That's weird. But okay.
Sure, all right.
I mean, only weird because in my head I'm thinking like, of all the people's dicks I would want to see, if I look in the mirror, I'm not the guy I'm asking for the dick pic from. but apparently it's a thing, and this happened to be a dude, and he's just like, well, can you send me some photos? And I'm like, if it's your birthday, fucking of course I'm gonna send you some photos. Like, so I sent him some photos, and like he says a few things, and I'm just like, hey man, I'm not actually going to hook up with you, but
So, what would you say you're bi?
man, you're about to get me kicked out of my family right now.
Oh, that's another one of my questions down on the list.
I have a couple other questions for you.
Oh, yeah.